En ombord.
Ja.
Tackar.
So today we're at Graffair on Bromma, Bromma Airport, Stockholm Bromma. Graffair is the handler here now, the only one. It's the only option for general aviation. It's quite a good option. Like most larger regional airports, a little pricey, but they're certainly in the market. We're going to fly today to Visby. Visby is in the middle of the throes of a political extravaganza, a week long that they have every year at this time. So I have a slot time actually out of Bromma, which I think is dependent more on when I get to Visby and than Bromma, because you never need slot times at Bromma otherwise. But we're going to fly to Visby, then I have going to be stopping there for a little while, and then taking off from there and flying to Amsterdam. And the weather is just gorgeous. We have a high pressure area over, I think it's Central Europe more or less, and it's pushing all the thunderclouds and everything that we've been having sort of northward. So we should have pretty clear weather. I looked at the SKUTs and they look pretty good, except for maybe right over the south of Sweden when we start out to Amsterdam. But we'll be fine. I'm waiting for the engines, all the systems to warm up. Oh, now they are warm. And then I have my block time at 0605. It's now 0555. So I'll wait. I'll call them here now that I'm all warmed up and see if I can get taxi clearance, which isn't going to be very far. It's just over the other side of the apron here to do my motor run-up. So let's see, I'm on Bromma ground. Bromma ground, Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo.
Wing 4. 120. Land.
Land, scanning for.
Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, Bromma.
Good morning. I'm at parked at Graffair. I have information X-ray 1010, and I'm ready for taxi to motor run-up. Sierra India Romeo.
Sierra India Romeo, you can taxi and stand between the two entries for East Apron and perform your run-up there.
Very good. We'll do that. Sierra India Romeo. That's what I thought.
And India Romeo, call me when you are ready to copy clearance.
I'll call you back. Sierra India Romeo.
On the Bromma 721 Sierra, stand 6, information X-ray QNH 1010, request and clearance to Sundsvall.
Bromma 721 Sierra, Bromma, good morning, start approved clearance Sundsvall, Resna 3 Zulu departure, 3000 feet, squawk 5021.
Sierra approved and clearance Sundsvall, Resna 3 Zulu departure, altitude 3000 feet, squawk 5021, Bromma 721 Sierra.
Bromma 721 Sierra, correct.
Bromma ground, scanning 211, X-ray 1010, request startup and clearance towards Östersund.
Okay, park me set, taxi off, seatbelts are on, rear doors closed, locked. Baggage doors are checked, door warning light is off, circuit breaker.
Scanning 211.
Are all good. Fuel selectors are on, flaps are up, flight controls are free.
Continue approach, wind 230 degrees, 10 knots.
Continue, 922.
Motor switches. They just test the different ECUs. First the A, then the B,
Scanwing 4, text tape.
Let me do a motor run up.
Stand 16, Scanwing 4.
Spiner 22 Victor, wind 220 degrees, 10 knots, runway 30, clear to land.
30, clear to land, Bromma 22 Victor.
Bromma ground, Sierra Mike Kennedy Romeo, ready to copy clearance.
Confirming to Sierra India Romeo for clearance.
Yes, Sierra India Romeo, that's right.
Sierra India Romeo, clearance to Visby, Cruiser 3 Zulu departure, 3,000 feet, stroke 6403.
Clear to Visby, the Cruiser 3 Zulu, 3,000 feet, stalking 6403, Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo.
Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, call me when fully ready for departure.
Will do.
Ground confirming us, Scanwing 151 X-ray, stand 5, request startup and clearance.
Scan 151, Bromma, good morning, start approved, clearance Malmö, Northly 3.
And we've got 3,000 set because that's the standard departure altitude from the plate. We had already figured out that it's going to be the Cruiser 3 Zulu because it's runway 30 and our first waypoint is Cruiser. So that's already plugged in. And we just put in 6403 here on the transponder. So our departure briefing. This is the way this departure looks. Goes up, out, and it takes a big left all the way over the corner, and then down to Cruiser. But I bet that before we get too far, they're going to clear us direct Visby. That's what they usually do, so we'll see. I won't have to fly that whole big thing around like that. Save us a little time, perhaps. So, departure briefing, we're going to be flying, starting out on runway heading, and then I'll punch in direct to the first waypoint when I turn the autopilot on. And we've got 3,000 feet set there. So it'll be 76 knots is our rotate speed. Once we can't land anymore on the runway, it'll be go, and then up with the gear, flaps up, off of the lights. Tap the brakes first. If we have a motor out before go, power off, nose down, land. If we have a motor out after go, full power, 85 knots, dead foot, dead engine power off to verify, dead engine master off, climb 85 knots to safe altitude, dead alternator off, dead fuel off. And today it'll be a visual around to 30 again to land. But I've got the ILS. No, actually that's the ILS for 12. But it'll be a visual today. So that's our departure briefing. Pitot heat, we don't need, I'll turn it on. We're going up to 80. Transponders set, fuel pumps are on. This is on normal. Perfect. Okay, we're ready to go. Yep. Bromma Tower, Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, ready for departure.
Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, taxi and hold short of Bravo.
Taxi hold short of Bravo, Sierra Romeo.
Echo Mike India Romeo behind the RJ100 coming on your right, taxi starting point 30.
Behind the RJ100, taxi holding for 30, Sierra Romeo. I think I'll wait for his engines to go past me. Oh.
302, passing 1500, Stockholm 124.1, wind 240 degrees, 10 knots, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
124.1 at 1500 feet, clear for takeoff, going 302, hej då.
Hej då. Sierra India Romeo, in sequence lineup, runway 30.
In sequence lineup 30, Sierra Romeo.
So down point runway 30, Proton 7210.
Wait a little bit for that wind to die down. Lights on. Fuel pumps on. Now we can line up. Approach sector clear. Runway identified. 292, that's close enough. Runway heading. Dial in our departure frequency 120150. We contact them immediately after takeoff.
Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, remain on this frequency, wind 250 degrees, 11 knots, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Remain on this frequency, clear for takeoff, runway 30, Sierra Romeo.
Proton 7210, line up runway 30, wait.
Line up runway 30, wait, Proton 7210.
I was a little late with the gear, actually. So, heading, autopilot, flight level change.
Bromma, god morgon igen, scanning 305, it's stand 4, request set up and clearance to Landvetter.
Scanning 305, call you back shortly. Sierra Echo Mike India Romeo, turn left, heading 210 and climb to 3,000 feet.
Left 210, climb 3,000 feet, Sierra India Romeo. So we're already off the standard departure. It's a gorgeous day though.
Proton 7210, remain on frequency, wind 250 degrees, 11 knots, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Remain on frequency, runway 30, clear for takeoff, Proton 7210.
Oh, 611. In the air, 611.
Sierra India Romeo, call Stockholm control on 120150.
120.150, Sierra Romeo, thanks for that.
Bye. Scanning.
Stockholm control, Sierra Mike India Romeo, I'm heading 210, 3,000 feet.
Sierra Mike
Indy Romeo radar contact, come to flight level 60.
Climb to 60, Sierra Indy Romeo.
Indy Romeo, do you prefer to fly via Trosa? Would you like direct routing?
Direct routing if you can, Sierra Indy Romeo, thanks.
Indy Romeo, you can set heading direct to VPAX if you can find that point. VPAX.
Direct VPAX, Sierra Indy Romeo.
Stockholm 542.
Ja, kom igen.
Ja, du rapporterar om en brand sydost Stockholm, precis.
Ja, söder om Globen någonstans har jag en rapport om det.
Ja, precis. Så vet du.
Ja, tusen tack då.
That's what I thought. Direct routing there. This is nice. Gorgeous day. Now let's see if this makes sense. Yes, it does. Makes perfect sense. There it is, VPAX, there's Visby. Very good. Coming up on 6,000 feet.
Sierra Indy Romeo, climb to flight level 80.
Climb flight level 80, Sierra Indy Romeo.
Protest 542 Alpha, now you cleared for ILS 30. The QNH is still 1010.
Clear LS 30, QNH 1010, Protest 542 Alpha.
You're up, taxi and landing lights are off. Fuel pumps are off. Climb power is 92%. That's our maximum continuous. Altimeter set to 1013. We're up to flight levels. Autopilot's on. Cruise to climb checklist is done. Climb to cruise checklist. So that's it. Now let's get ready for Visby because it comes quickly. Takes about 40 minutes. We know that it's going to be 21 because we saw that earlier. But it was 21. We checked that earlier. We have no new information, so we believe that. And they're sending me to VPAX, which is the point right in front of the ILS. So our ILS altitude is 1,800 feet, so we'll set VPAX for 1,800 feet and see when we should start our descent. And I'm sure that it's going to be before they want us to, because they have a really tight TMA and uncontrolled airspace outside of it. So we're going to set this at 800 feet per minute. Maybe we'll even take 900 feet per minute, just see. What is our top of descent end up? Yeah, well, it's inside the TMA. So that's good. So now we're at altitude. Now we pull back to 75. Or 74, actually. Six and a half gallons an side. It's my preferred rate of burn. All right, Visby, ILS 21. The ILS is 110.3, which I still have plugged in from last time I was at Visby. So there it is, 110.3, there it is. Oh no, actually it's the same as Bromma, that's what it is. It's the same as runway 12. The DME is on Visby 1151.
Stockholm, good morning, scanwing 151 approaching 3000.
God morgon, scanwing 151, radar contact.
Do have
60.
60, scanwing 151.
Which I had plugged in. And that's on 2, and now I'm showing 2.
Cleared ILS runway 30, QNH
now
1010. You may level off at 8,000 feet if you prefer.
Since we had that frequency already, probably it's got the wrong course set here. Normally it sets the course for you, but since we already use it for Bromma, it's probably set on 120, which is Bromma. Now we want it set on 196, so let's check that. We'll put this on heading, current heading. We'll put the autopilot on heading. We'll change the CDI to locator 1, and it's on 196 miraculously. Unbelievable. How did it know? Garmin is amazing. Alright, so it's on 196, the course. Great, so now we can go back to nav. Oh wait, put the CDI on GPS first, then we can go back to nav. So the course is set, the ILS is set, the DME is set. The missed approach is straight out to 1500, then right to the locator, and the locator is Visby 351, which I can put right here, 51. Now it's plugged in and it's on the double arrow.
Scanwing 151, turn left direct to northerly, climb flight level 100, free speed.
Direct northerly, climb flight level 100 with free speed, scanwing 151.
So missed approach is straight out to 1500, then a right turn, climb to 1800. As it shows there. The
Sierra India Romeo, contact Sweden 133.7, hej då.
133.7, Sierra India Romeo, hej då. Sweden, Sierra Echo, Mike India Romeo, flight level 80, inbound VPAX.
Hello, Sierra Echo, Mike India Romeo, Sweden, identified, clear VPAX for runway 21.
Clear VPAX for runway 21, Sierra Romeo.
Exit 890, clear direct to Nilug.
Direct Nilug, exit 890.
Confirmed. Yes, so our decision altitude for 21 when the ILS is working is 336 feet.
Next jet 890, clear direct Täby instead.
Direct Täby instead, next jet 890.
So I'll put in 340. There we go, 340. And our glide slope should show up at 5.7 distance. And that'll be at 1800 feet. 5.7 distance. The locator at 1460. We can check those distances on the way in. Now it's a perfectly clear day. So we'll see if something's really off. But we can check those altitudes on the way in to see if the glide slope indicator is working correctly. And that we haven't got like a false glide slope or something like that. So that is our approach checklist done, or our approach briefing done. We still have some stuff for the initial descent checklist.
Sierra India Romeo, we're ready to descend altitude 1,800 feet, transition level 50 and QNH 1014.
When ready to descend 1,800 feet, QNH 1014, Sierra India Romeo.
Great. This is wonderful. Cleared down in plenty of time.
Exit 902, fly direct Rogme.
Direct Rogme, exit.
Oh, I know why. Because I was in uncontrolled airspace the whole time. That's why. I wasn't that above 95. That's the way to fly to Visby. I mean, if you don't mind uncontrolled airspace, if it's clear day, just stay down at 80. Then your descent is no problem. Otherwise, if you're up at 100 or 120 or something like that, wait till you get to controlled airspace before descent, then you have further to go. And it can get kind of rushed.
Bromma 94 Victor 1700 feet, climbing flight level 97.
Bromma 902 for Victor radar contact climb to flight on -0.
So the Garmin system is great. What it's got is it's got this banana, this blue line that shows me when I'm going to reach the altitude I have plugged in, 1,800. So as long as I keep that, you know, before my waypoint where I want to be at that altitude, then my descent rate is good. Garmin, teaching pilots not to calculate since 1985.
Sierra India Romeo, fly direct Oscar Victor.
Direct Oscar Victor, Sierra Romeo. Take a little right turn.
924 Victor, Visby direct Nacka.
That will be a shortcut.
Direct Nacka, Bromma 94.
Oscar Victor. Oscar Victor is the locator. So at the locator I want to be at 1460. So let's keep that in mind to be on the glide slope. It's going to be visual, but the plate helps anyway with your altitudes. You can figure out what altitude you should be at for a nice calm visual approach. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you, we got cleared for a visual approach since it's such a nice day. Saves us time and gets us out of the way for the big jets.
Exit 902, contact Sweden control 133.7.
1237, exit 902, hello.
Hello, sir.
So now I've got a nice calm 800 foot per minute descent rate, which leaves me right at 150. I like to descend at 150 because that's the top of my normal operating range. It's a clear day, but you can still get summer thermals and stuff like that. There's some clouds up there, so you never know. I guess you don't get thermals over the water, but...
Bromma 924 Victor, contact Sweden control 133.7.
As a general practice. As a general practice, it's good, I think. 150 is a good descent speed. So, descent checklist. We've got our weather. We've done our approach briefing. Altimeter set to QNH 1014. Seatbelts are on, adjustable backrest. Parking brakes off. Fuel transfer is not necessary. Sun visors are up. And that's our initial descent checklist. So we're waiting for approach clearance. At which point it will be fuel pumps on, gear warning test, and then we set our mixed approach altitude.
Sierra India Romeo, do you have fuel inside by any chance?
I've got Gotland inside, not quite the field, Sierra India Romeo.
Okay, no problem. Hopefully you'll find it before landing.
I hope so.
Visby, Sierra India Romeo, now I have field of sight.
Sierra India Romeo, very good. You cleared visual approach, runway 21, that's number 1.
Cleared visual, runway 2 on number 1, Sierra India Romeo.
Sierra India Romeo, contact Visby Tower 120.3.
Visby Tower 120.3, Sierra India Romeo.
Good. Fuel pumps on. Down to 1.5. And 120.3.
Visby Tower, Sierra Mike India Romeo at 1,700, cleared for approach 2-1, visual.
Sierra India Romeo, Visby Tower, wind is 250 degrees, 14 knots, runway 21, clear to land.
2-1, clear to land, Sierra India Romeo.
Still 7.7 miles out. So we set our altitude to 1800. And gear down. Three green. Lights on. Approach flaps. And we're going by the poppy now. We got one white. And two white. Now we descend at 500 feet a minute. Speed 108, that's all right. 35%. A little low. Three green, fuel pumps on, lights on, approach flaps, 100 knots, two whites. Now we start descending again. 100 knots, that's nice. And now we can take final flaps. That'll bring our speed down a little bit. Knots.
Minimums.
getting the ground effect. There we go.
Sierra India Romeo on ground 54. Taxi Alpha left on Mike to grass parking south of main airport.
Taxi Alpha left on Mike, Sierra.